when I got traded to Philly, this was a funny story. When I got traded to Philly, they were in the midst of like a 4 or 5 game winning streak. Well, fast forward, now we're on a 9 game winning streak. I'm still there, and we're at home. We're winning 2-1 up against Buffalo. We're on the power play. We're on a 9 game heater. We're first in the East, first in the league maybe at this point.
Yeah.
We can't get the puck in the zone. They're booing us. What? Philly fans are booing us. And I'm like, I kind of look around. I'm like, are we not on a 9 game winning streak? And
yeah.
we're best team in the league right now, and they're booing us because we can't get the puck in the power play. And I look over, and one of the guys on the team just laughing. He's like, welcome to Philly, man.
Teammates, and welcome to another episode of RoyalTea. I'm Carrlyn Bathe alongside Kayla Kaniram. And Kayla, we are in the thick of the holiday season. It's mid-December right now, and I'm just loving like everything, all the decorations everywhere. My tree's been up since before Thanksgiving. How are we? What's our progress on holidaying?
It's I get my presents like the week before Christmas.
Oh,
like a true procrastinator.
Love that for you.
Keeping in the theme of my life.
Yeah.
But no, things are great. Love the holiday season.
How do you shop?
The most wonderful time of the year.
The most wonderful time of the year. How do you shop for people in your life? Because it's crazy. I feel like everyone has what they need. So what am I doing buying them anything? And then I try to be like really unique and creative, and then it just backfires, and I'm like, here's some socks.
My mom asked for a list from myself and my brother, which she wants like before Thanksgiving. I'm like,
my mother-in-law does that.
Diane,
yeah,
where's the fire? Cool your jets. Like, I don't know yet. She doesn't even wait for Black Friday deals.
Yeah,
I don't know what her hurry is. She likes to get it done fast. Meanwhile, I'm like, I'll think about this on December 20th.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah,
my brother's pretty easy to shop for. So my parents, I just get them what I think they need.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if they tell me what they want. I'm like, actually, I think you need this.
I love that. You know what? You're getting this.
It's exhausting trying to keep them up to speed, you know, with the times.
Isn't our presents just enough? You know,
that too, yeah.
Are you going home for Christmas?
Yes. I'm going home for a week.
That's so exciting.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Well, good for you. That's going to be so fun.
What are you doing?
I'll be here. It's really hard during the hockey season. Like here's the thing. We get about 3 days off completely.
Oh, wow.
But my family lives in Maine. So if I am going there and back, 1 full day is travel.
That's a hike.
Yes. And then another full day is travel. And you have to factor in the weather because it snows there. And with how crazy travel is during the holidays, my biggest fear has been getting stuck and whatever out there. So I go home during the February break, which is extra long this year because of the Olympics. Yeah. I do have to ask you though, because we talked about this on a podcast for Duckstream with Alexis Downey. The Nutcracker was a subject, and for anybody listening right now that doesn't know that Kayla was a dancer, still is, I straight up did not know how many different roles you played, that you even starred in the Nutcracker, that you were at the Macy's Day Parade next to the Rockettes, essentially. Like, your Christmas involvement with dance and theater and production knows no limits. Can we please go to a Nutcracker production at some point this December?
We have to. It's my one, like, tradition that I have to do every year.
Yes.
I cry at the end every time.
I mean,
it's just
beautiful.
Like ballet was my first love, and it makes me emotional. It's just like I was in 11 Nutcrackers growing up.
That's so awesome. Oh my gosh.
From 8 to 18, I think.
Were you ever in like 2 at once? Like you were like a Sugar Plum Fairy in one version, and then like in the next week you were Clara?
Oh, the AB cast. We did have that for a few years.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I started as a soldier in battle scene. Then I was a mouse. Then I was a lead soldier. Then I was a lead mouse. Took me a while to get out of battle scene. Finally made it to like party scene. Was a friend of Clara.
Yeah.
I was a clown or Perot and just worked my way up. I literally was every role except I was Spanish understudy, never Spanish soloist.
Yeah.
I was never Snow soloist, and I was never Clara. But I was Clara understudy. That was a very traumatic part in my childhood.
What do you mean?
Bore you with the details, but
wait, we're on a podcast. Bore us with the details.
Okay, well, so if you're fine. If you're an understudy one year,
Yeah.
it's kind of assumed that you're going to get that role the next year.
Got you.
My best friend Caitlin was Clara. I was her understudy, and I was supposed to get the role the following year. At that point, I was probably a little too old for the role because Clara's kind of younger.
You could still play Clara. What do you mean?
I looked more mature.
Okay.
Then then someone who's now my best friend, I don't know how to go around that.
She could be 27. It's fine. It's fine.
Developed, you know?
Yeah, totally. Totally. So your friend Caitlin's playing Clara, and they're like, girl, you can't, essentially.
Well, so the next year comes around when it's audition time. Someone by the name of Meredith, who is also one of my best friends,
full on call out, Meredith.
moves to town with her family, and she's like 5 foot.
Gotcha.
And a beautiful, gorgeous dancer. So it's actually Meredith's a year older than me. Then it's me. Then Caitlin's a year younger than me. Oh, these are like two of my best friends of all time. To bring back so many memories. So Meredith comes to town, moves with her family, but she looks a lot younger because she's shorter and little petite thing. She gets Clara. And my dreams were crushed. That was the first time I've experienced heartbreak on that level. Like,
totally.
Oh my gosh. It rocked my 12-year-old world. I don't know how old I was at the time, and my mom's like, you know what, Kayla, it's okay. Like, something better will come along down the road. And my senior year, I got to be Sugar Plum Fairy. And we used to outsource Sugar Plum and Cavalier to like Kansas City Ballet at the time.
What?
Yeah, we would bring in professionals. And then we started using our ballet members, company members as Sugar Plum and Cavalier. So this is why, like, if something passes you by, that means something better will happen down the road.
No, totally.
And so I got to be Sugar Plum my senior year, and it was iconic. It was great.
That's so fun.
The video quality is so bad looking back on it because this was a few years ago.
Yeah.
But
which is crazy because at the time we're like, look at this high def, like I don't know why we saw video back then as super like clear, and you know what I mean?
Isn't it crazy how
and then you
far
look at it now and you're
quality has come?
Yes, you look at it now and you're like, is that me? Like, why? I don't get it.
Yeah, and then also danced in the Macy's Parade my senior year of high school because all of the captains and co-captains were invited to perform. It was at the time the Mike Miller production. So I was like one of 500 girls. You may have seen me.
I saw her because she showed us a clip of her in the front row and being picked to be in the front row, told us the story about that as well. So maybe on the T account, if you're not following us, it's on Instagram. It's RoyalTea, spelled TEA, as you know, _LAK. And
I'll put it on there.
Yeah, we'll have you, once this episode airs, we'll have you put that on there too. So as someone who's just a fan of those types of things and always loved going to see these productions,
I love that.
I had a cousin who was big into dance, and she was big into pageants too. So I was just like #1 fan.
Aww.
My cousin Rachel, I would go watch anything and everything that she did. So I got to see her do different renditions and different positions in the Nutcracker and stuff as well. And it's so cool because it doesn't matter what language you speak, where you're from, that play, ballet, musical, whatever you want to call it, goes up all over the world.
Yeah.
Anybody can watch it and just listen to the music and see the performance that's happening and understand what's going on. And I don't know. It's always moving. So to say, if anybody has a SoCal production that they're a part of and want us to come see,
we want to come.
We want to come. If not, we're going to go find the best one that we think and we'll go see it.
I think American Ballet Theater performs in
That's the
Irvine.
one?
Yeah.
Would you do it now? Like, what if they had like I was going to say adult ballet for seniors. You're not a senior.
Oh my gosh. I know I just had a birthday, but let's pump the brakes, Carrlyn.
Sorry.
Well, I would
What
probably
would
be
you call
considered
it?
a senior in ballet world. Like,
Yeah,
my body
like-
is so broken from ballet.
How would you, like, is there something where, because they do adult
I would-
cheerleading, so is there like a senior ballet that you could be like, I can be Clara at this day and age?
I would probably be in party scene.
Okay.
They would probably use me as a parent in party scene. My parents were in party scene, and my brother was a boy in party scene.
That's
he
so fun.
hated every minute of it. My
Oh,
brother,
no.
bless his heart, got dragged to every single ballet performance.
Poor
But
Kyle. Oh my
then
gosh.
we just threw them in. We're like, how about you all be in?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I would love to be a parent in Party Scene in a local production.
Now let's talk about maybe the furthest thing from the Nutcracker, and it's about our guest today, who played 844 professional hockey games in the NHL, was a part of the Los Angeles Kings for a brief amount of time, but part of 9 total teams across his career. He is maybe one of the nicest, kindest, most interesting people.
One of your good friends.
One of my friends, number 44, the one and only Nate Thompson is joining us. Teammates, take a listen. You are going to love this interview. Okay, teammates, he's here, the one and only Nate Thompson. Nate, welcome to RoyalTea.
Yay!
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Tell us all your deep, dark secrets right now.
That's really why we have you here, actually.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, well, Kings fans know you as a former Los Angeles King, but you played for 9 teams total. And I think, Kayla, when you are like around him on a concourse in a hockey arena, fans, I feel like from every team will come up and say hi to you because of your reach and your game and your how you've been everywhere. You've called yourself a suitcase, honestly.
Yeah.
I
But
feel that, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you touched on it. I mean, I have. I guess I look at it now as I'm grateful that I was able to play it for that many teams, because
Yeah.
at first you're like, I guess the initial thought when you're getting traded that many times, and while I was getting traded that many times, I was chasing a cup. Obviously, I was towards the end of my career and wanted to win, and that's what happens sometimes. When you want to win a cup, you're gonna be that trade bait, which I guess I looked at it as somebody wanting me.
Yes.
Right? Someone wanting me always.
Yes.
But like you said, to be able to play for 9 different teams, and getting to experience every fan base and how every fan base is different. Like, I was in Southern California, I was in Tampa, and then I was in places like Montreal and Philly where it's another level. So I got to experience a little bit of everything in my career. So I feel very lucky that I was able to learn, I guess, how to play and how to act in different cities.
Totally.
Well, speaking of learning, which team and which city do you think you took the biggest stride in your playing career?
Ooh, I'd say probably it started in Tampa. Is when I really kind of found my niche, I guess, in the league. Because when I was in New York and Boston, I was still kind of getting my feet wet. And then I got picked up off waivers by Tampa. And when I got there, Guy Boucher was my head coach at the time. Steve Yzerman took over as a general manager, which was for
No big deal.
For me at the time, a little bit of a name drop there.
Yeah.
But,
Wow.
but for me, which I was to get off topic, but I was a massive Steve Yzerman fan growing up. Like, he was my favorite player, Red Wings. So that was an experience in itself, him being my general manager. So when I was there, I think, getting to play with guys like Marty St. Louis, Vino LeCavalier, Stamkos, Hedman, all these guys, and we kind of grew up together at the time, and I was there for 5 seasons. So I kind of learned not just from coaches like Guy Boucher and Steve, but teammates.
Yeah.
Like, I'm learning from Marty St. Louis every single day on how to be a pro, how to get better, and then getting to grow up I literally was growing up, I guess you could say, as a kid, guys with Teddy Purcell, Hedman, Stamkos, we were all young guys at the time, kind of growing up
Teddy's
together.
still a kid to me.
Teddy's still a kid.
like-
We're all still kids.
We
all
are.
still kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess, I know I was long-winded, but to answer your question, I think Tampa, and I think from Tampa, my career and the way I played kind of evolved from there.
I love the city of Tampa, or Tampa
same.
Bay, or whatever you would call it. It's so fun and lively, and just when you're young and you're going from city to city, I mean, how as a hockey player are you like, okay, I'm doing a job, but I'm also like growing up and being this person who's a new version of yourself almost every day, really. How do you handle that as like a young Nate growing up? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I really, and I guess that's my honest answer, because I look back and I think back, I'm like, I don't know how I did that. I think I think you're young and you're naive and you don't know any better, and you're just showing up to the next place, and you're just, okay, here I am, and I'm Nate. I'm going to go be myself and play my game. but I think there was some dynamics to it, I guess you could say. Getting traded to different teams, being on different teams, you guys know when you go to a new classroom or a new anything, you kind of have to find the dynamics of that room or that locker room, right? You have to find like who's the leader, who's the class clown, who's this guy, and you kind of find those dynamics. And I think one of the reasons I was able to acclimate myself so well with teams is I kind of for the first couple weeks would always just sit back and watch,
right,
and sit in the locker room and listen and just kind of, okay, this is where the dynamics are. This is where I fit in. I know I'm an older guy, but I don't need to speak that much because that guy's speaking a lot. Maybe I'm going to do this instead. And I think learning that over the course of my career, it really helped me. And I think made me more valuable on teams that I was on.
No, totally. Could you imagine going to different arenas and being their in-arena host?
It's so hard to, no.
Like a couple seasons go by and you're like, all right, we've got to ship you off to North Carolina. Like, are you like,
because you just build so much chemistry with the group you're with. And know all the ins and outs and the routines. And that would be.
No, it was hard. It was really hard for me, I think. When I got traded from Tampa to Anaheim, that was a tough one for me because I was so close with guys on that team where we, like I said, we grew up together.
Yeah. And
then I was like, what do I do now? I got to go to a new place and make new friends and do all that, right? Like, but that's how it is. I mean, that's what guys do, and unfortunately, and fortunately, I guess you could say, it's part of the business. That's what we have to deal with, right?
Go ahead.
Well, really quick, for those that don't know, what was your journey? Can you walk us through where you started?
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
It's 2003. You hear your name called at the draft. What's running through your brain?
Yeah, I mean, so I look back. I played Seattle for the Seattle Thunderbirds in the Western Hockey League. I was drafted when I was 18 by Boston, 2003 draft. Turned pro when I was 20. Played for the Providence Bruins parts of the full lockout season. 3 years after that, played some games with the Bruins. I think 4 games total with the Bruins. Picked up off waivers by Islanders. Played parts of 2 seasons there. Picked up off waivers again by Tampa, was there for 5 seasons, and then traded in the off season by Stevie Y, which was
heartbreaking. Man, I grew up watching you. How could you do this?
But awesome at the same time. He traded me to Anaheim for 3 years. Signed as a free agent after that with Ottawa. Was with Ottawa for 5 months. Then got traded to the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. And then parts of 2 seasons with the Kings. Traded to Montreal. Was parts of 2 seasons in Montreal, and then traded to Philly. COVID hit, playoff bubble.
Yeah.
Then that off season was kind of funky. It was in the fall, and I signed with Winnipeg. Was in Winnipeg during the North Division when it was all Canadian teams.
Oh my God, I
wild.
forgot about
I totally
that.
forgot
which
about
was
that.
a hard year in itself.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I went back to Philly, played another stint with them, and finished. That was technically my last year in the NHL. And then I came back with the Kings, did a PTO, and then I finished my career in Ontario. And that's when it ended. And then I became an assistant coach or a skills coach with Ontario after that.
Yeah.
What a ride.
What a ride.
Totally.
Well, I don't want to ask what was your favorite team to play for, but what was the best fan base to play in front of out of all of those teams?
I have to say, just because I think I like the New York Yankees of hockey is Montreal Canadiens.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
You were just talking about that.
And it's not a slight on the fans here because it's different. It's
different.
So it's different in its own right that when you experience it, it's just a different experience. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's unmatched, I guess I would say, because I'll explain it like this. Like if it's a Tuesday night and at the time we're playing against, the Columbus Blue Jackets, right? On a Tuesday night in LA, no offense, but it's probably not going to be a big crowd for the Columbus Blue Jackets. In Montreal, it would be the same on a Tuesday night as it would be on a Saturday night.
No matter who you're playing.
No matter who you're playing.
Yeah.
And there's a vibe in the building. They're chanting all the time. They're very engaged. They know what's going on during the game. Like if you block a shot or if you win a face-off, like they're cheering after that.
They cheer when you clear the puck on the
They
PK.
know.
They're like, yeah!
Yeah, they are very, very, very aware. And I think it's just, I kind of call it like the it's like the church of hockey where, people are just,
it's a religion.
It's a religion for them in Montreal. Exactly. So they just have a passion, but they have a passion to the point where like they will also let you know if you're not doing well.
Yeah. It goes both ways.
It's like the mob almost.
Do they let their own team know when they're not doing well too? Because in Philly will boo you if you're
Philly's
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the Flyers boo their own team many a times, or Flyers fans boo the Flyers. And,
very similar.
Okay.
Very similar. I would say like when I got traded to Philly, this was a funny story. When I got traded to Philly, they were in the midst of like a 4 or 5 game winning streak. Well, fast forward, now we're on a 9 game winning streak. I'm still there, and we're at home. We're winning 2-1 up against Buffalo. We're on the power play. We're on a 9 game heater. We're first in the East, first in the league maybe at this point.
Yeah.
We can't get the puck in the zone. They're booing us.
What?
Philly fans are booing us. And I'm like, I kind of look around. I'm like, are we not on a 9 game winning streak? And we're best team in the league right now, and they're booing us because we can't get the puck in the power play. And I look over, and one of the guys on the team just laughing. He's like, welcome to Philly, man.
Straight up.
Yep.
They're feral.
And at some point, you're like, I think it means they love us. Like, they want us to be better,
They
even on the
legit
power play.
scare me.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my gosh.
they hold their teams accountable. Just put it that way.
Yeah.
Big time.
You mentioned going to different locker rooms and like getting the vibe and kind of taking a backseat for a few days or a few games. What makes a good vibe in a room? Because as a member of the media, and you're a member of the media now too, you've been in the room on the flip side. You've seen what we don't see, essentially. So like, I've just always wondered, I've walked into a room after a loss, I've walked in after a win, but I'll never ever experience the true vibe of a room. What is it like inside of there? Like, what are we not seeing? And what makes like the best vibe? Like, is there like one key guy? Is it all you guys?
I think the best rooms I've been in on the best teams are the rooms that guys are not afraid to get uncomfortable with each other. And I'd say that because the best teams that I've been on are guys and our leadership core or whoever it was not afraid to let somebody know on their team, listen, you need to be better.
Interesting.
Rather than hearing it from the coach.
Yeah.
And I think it's, when you have a team like that where you're so close, where you're able to call each other out like you would if it was a family member.
Yeah.
Same thing. I think that those are the locker rooms I think are the tightest, the closest, the ones that lean on each other the most. Because at the end of the day, like you look at some of these cup teams that win, like you look at Florida, like Tampa, those teams, you ask those coaches and they're like, I didn't really do much during the playoffs.
The boys took care of it.
The boys
almost,
took
right?
care of it.
Yeah.
They're the ones that run the ship. They're operating in their own way and they're for their team, right? For their locker room. Like it's working itself out. They're working all the problems out themselves. The coach just puts the blueprint out and says, listen, here's the game plan. You guys follow it. And these guys hold each other accountable where it's like, okay, this is what we got to do. You're doing this. This is your role. And I think that's another part of it is everybody knows their role.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know your role. You have to know what piece of the puzzle you are for the team.
Were you ever one calling others out?
I was gonna ask, like, did you get called out? Did anyone call you out?
I've been called out for sure.
What can you share? Anybody, like any one name? Like
I mean Marty St. Louis
called you out.
Oh yeah, he called me out.
That's kind of iconic though.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, I look back on it now, and I'm not improving. I'm not getting better. I'm not. He always used to say like, keep pushing. Never be satisfied.
Yeah.
And I remember I still think about those things to this day. So yeah, he called me out. I remember, he just said, I can't remember like exactly what he said, but he said basically, Nate, we need more.
Yeah.
We need more from you. And when you hear it from a guy like that, you're like, oh, okay, I gotta get my shit going here.
Yeah.
So I think to answer your question, those are the best rooms. And then I think, I've called some guys out too, some younger guys, but I think there's ways, like anything, like in the media, when we, bring up certain things, I think there's ways to be critical without being harsh.
Totally.
Right. And, there's a way like, Nate, you're an exceptional penalty killer. We need a little bit more from you tonight. Or we need you to do this. We need better. So I know that's long-winded again, but
this is what podcasts are for.
You're right. But I think that the teams I've been on, the players I've played with, the guys I've learned the most are the teams that were not afraid to be honest with each other.
I love that.
And it's kind of like a compliment because it means you're important and you matter to the team and they just need you to like step it up.
Exactly.
Yeah. On the flip side, when you are doing well, I have this made up thing in my head where I think there must be a moment for every hockey player where they can remember the best shift they ever had. And I don't know if that's true. I put it in the rundown where I was like, I don't know, but maybe. Like, is there a shift that you're like, I can't believe this moment during this game? You might not have even have scored, but maybe you blocked a shot, prevented a goal, threw it up the ice and somebody else, or you grabbed a stick off the bench and got an assist. Like, was there a shift that you were like, this is Nate Thompson personified? Like, this is me
I don't know if there's one shift, but there is a game that I remember. I think it was one of the best games I've ever played. I think it was game 1 of the Western Conference Finals against Chicago. I was playing for Anaheim at the time.
Wow.
Sorry, Kings fans.
That's okay.
But I had a goal and 2 assists, and it was just one of those games where I don't know what it was. I mean, and every player can attest to this, where it was in warm-ups and there's just like a vibe, and then everything went right that game. Everything. We ended up winning 4-1, got a goal. I mean, it just seemed like everything, I was touching the puck, everything was going right, and big body checks. It was just one of those nights where I think that game to me sticks out the most, because I don't know if I've ever played that well before.
And are you just chasing that forever after? You're like, how can I do that every game?
Yeah, I had a really good playoffs, but I was like, I don't know if I can try and repeat that performance again, but it's going to be hard to do, because every player, I think every player can think about 1 or 2 games where they're like, wow, I was kind of playing unconscious. I just didn't even realize it until after.
Yeah, for sure. Do you ever have those games, Kayla?
I mean, maybe hit to hit, like, oh, that went well.
Yeah.
Or some that don't.
Yeah.
I had one recently that was not good. But
those are tough moments.
Or I think too, another one would be maybe, my first NHL goal. I mean, I can't forget that. My first NHL goal was very memorable. It was at MSG. It was on Henrik Lundqvist. It was shorthanded. It was like all this perfect storm. It was also, I remember, because it was the same night as Obama was elected the first time.
Oh my God, what a night.
It was a hell of a night.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
And we ended up having a good night after the game too at the time.
Yeah.
In New York, yeah.
Do you have
so
the
I think
puck?
those two, yeah, I do.
You still have the puck?
I still have the puck.
Is it
Those two,
encased?
it is. Picture, everything, yeah.
cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Okay, so there is maybe not a shift, but a game. That
A little bit of both, yeah. Yeah.
I always think about this as a player. It's got to be hard to get to the end of your career and start thinking about when to retire and hang up the skates, but not really. But did you know you wanted to continue in the hockey space, like when you were thinking about when your hockey career would come to an end?
Yeah, I mean, I like many of us, and been doing it my whole life. I don't know a whole lot else besides hockey, and I love it. I love the game. I'm passionate about it. I mean, even not playing it now, I still feel drawn to it, and I know that this is where I need to be, no matter what space it's in. I'm enjoying the media space now. It's been fun.
Are
but
you?
I am
Okay,
enjoying
good.
it. Yeah, no, it's been good. It's been a lot of learning, and but I'm really enjoying it. So I think for me, I even coached a little bit when I was done, and just trying to find out what I'm enjoying, right, and what I'm passionate about. But at the end of the day, hockey is a common denominator.
When you are in the media space, do you understand things now that maybe you didn't understand as a player? Because we all have these jobs. Sometimes I feel like I'm pestering you all for information, or you're wondering, why'd they ask that? Or how come they want to do a story on that? Seeing it on the other side now, are you like, oh, okay, content, I get it. I get it.
No,
Content.
I do. Now I know everything. It's a production. Everything is. You have to, we're selling the game. Right.
That's
right. At the end of the day, and I think I knew that as a player. I was usually pretty good with media members, but I think
you were always good with me. For the record,
Thank you.
I would default to you. I'm like, Nate, I know you'll give me something.
Thank
let's
you.
go. Yeah.
And I think for me, as now being on this side, it's like we're all selling the game in a different way, and we're trying to, portray it for fans, whether it's through a question or a podcast or whatever it is. I think for me, the biggest thing is just seeing how much preparation goes into being on the media side, and knowing what you're talking about, who you're talking about, and even asking questions. Like I didn't know that asking questions was going to be as hard as it is.
Totally.
And you guys know, like there's a lot that goes into it because yes, you're asking the question, but you have to know, okay, I'm asking this question. How is he going to answer it? And is it going to be clip worthy? Right.
Yeah.
There's that part of it, right? Which it's a podcast, whether it's TV, all those things. And there's so many, I guess, variables and things I didn't know going into the media side where I'm like, wow, like there's a lot to this.
Yeah.
A lot to this that I didn't know, but it's been awesome to learn though.
You're so good at it.
Thank you.
When I ask questions, I'm thinking about what I'm asking next and not always like listening to the answer, because then you can feed off the answer and
Totally.
ask another question based on the answer. But I'm like, what's my next question? What's my next question? You're so good at just like,
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a skill. I mean, it's hard to do.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's harder
It took
than
a
people
while.
think.
Yeah, it took a while to get there, and then they don't teach you that stuff really
No.
either. So you are also self-teaching
Yes.
almost everything, I would say, unless you're in broadcast journalism school. But even still, they're not knowing the job that you're going to get after and able to prep you exactly for that job. So it's like you walk in with a specific skill set, but then it's up to you to keep refining it. And like Kent French, former Ducks broadcaster, he taught me early, you're just finding different ways to say the same thing too, because there's only so many questions
Right.
you can ask.
Yeah.
So I'm also trying to keep you all engaged and like be able to present me with different information, but we're basically still talking about the power play, quote unquote, you know?
Well, and there's a feel too, like
Yeah.
post game, the team just lost 8-1,
Yeah.
right? Like now what? Now what's your question?
And
right?
if that
Like,
one
it's
goal,
yeah.
if that one goal is like say it's Jacob Moverari's first NHL goal, now you got to talk about the one goal, but they got 8 dumped in on him, and
Yeah.
you're like, now how do we make that positive? And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
like,
A circus act almost, like
Yeah.
balancing.
yeah.
Yeah, you're
so
right.
you're in the media circus now.
I'm in the media circus now. So I'm on
Essentially.
I'm on this side. I call it, well, I don't know if it's the dark side, but a little bit maybe.
No, don't
Is
see
it the
that's
dark
my
side?
fear. It's like all you players are like, oh, these media members. Like,
I know.
You're supposed to be the conduit now. You're like, guys, they're not that bad. They're great. They're
You're right.
great. I'm
You're
one
right.
of them now.
You're right.
I feel like you kind of just danced around it. But what was the biggest learning curve going from player to broadcaster for you?
I think being critical.
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
learning how to be critical without being disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way to do that where you can, basically describe a play, whether it's the player and be like, he wants this one back. He could have made the play here, he didn't,
Right.
but he wants this one back. And I think there's just different ways of wording it because, you never want to put down or criticize your peers, because I know how hard it is to make some of those plays.
And you know that they know.
And
Yeah.
they know too.
They know if it's a soft goal. You don't have to
Exactly.
say that, or that they
Every
should
guy
have their
knows.
man,
Every
know?
guy knows if they're in the NHL, they know exactly what mistakes they made
100%.
on that shift. Every shift,
Yeah.
they know. So it's just obviously you have to address it. You have to let the people know because at the end of the day, we're trying to sell a game and trying to teach people how to learn hockey.
I think it's hard too when you have to ask the person about it, or fans will demand that you ask them
Yeah.
about it, but you're like, I don't know if you see this on your Twitter or on your Instagram or whatever, because I feel like you're doing more analysis work than question asking, but like it's so hard to be able to get you guys as players to say the thing that we know the fans want to hear, but you also know they know what they did.
Yeah.
yeah.
How do we pull that out of them, but also like not being critical, but just getting them to say it in their own words? It's so hard.
It is.
Yeah.
I think there's just a certain way you have to navigate it, like I said, without being disrespectful. And and I think, like anything, being forthright and honest with the players, like if you're in front of them, and I think being in front of them every day, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to be,
Totally.
where I think players respect that. Playing in Montreal, like, there were some articles that some writers wrote about me that were not good.
Are you seeing them?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And they're uncomfortable, but I respect the writer, the reporter the next day still showing up and talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And us hashing it out. So I think that's a big part of it as well.
Have you ever written or read an article and then thought, I could do that better than, because they're saying something about me that I'm maybe wasn't aware of. Or like, was there anything that got pointed out to you that you were like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I mean, I was obviously a guy that was, I don't know, a fringe guy, but obviously always fourth line.
Fourth line grinder.
Fourth
PK
line guy.
specialist.
PK,
Face-off
all those little
need
things.
you.
Alaskan assassin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
a fun one.
There you go.
Credit yourself more.
Yeah, so I think there were times, yes, I read articles when I probably shouldn't have been, but they pointed out things that I was deficient in at the time that, I definitely took to heart. I think you, as a player, guys read and watch more than you would expect.
Yeah.
And so I think that I definitely took some things to heart. Yeah.
Do we think they're listening to RoyalTea yet?
I hope so. I'm still
unclear.
I'm not brave enough to ask.
Come get your tea.
Yeah, come get the tea, boys. Come on.
They like the gossip.
We try to say all great things. Like if they ever did tune in, we never want them to tune in and have them be like, what are they saying about us? But no, it's funny you say that because I'm never saying things hoping that someone would hear or take it as feedback or whatever. But I do frame my questioning where if a person is struggling and I'm talking to their coach about it, I want their coach to be able to highlight what they're doing when they're playing their best hockey, especially if they're not. Like, and not in hopes that you will listen, but like if it ever came across your plate, like I want somebody to see something and be like, yeah, that is how I am when I'm my best, or I'm glad my coach thinks that about me. Like, I don't know. In the back of my head, like I can't shake that feeling. Like I can't.
Yeah, no,
so I
you're
know.
right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. I think there's been times where I watch a broadcast or I was injured or whatever, and you hear a coach be like, when he's at his best, he's doing this. When he's at his best, he's doing these things. And it's a constant reminder, even if it is from the media sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'm always curious because not everybody can make the jump to TV. How do you know you have that gift or that skill set and who's helping you like hone it?
That spunk.
I don't know. I don't know if I have the gift or not. I mean, I guess I'm still quote unquote rookie a little bit. I'm still new. But it's just, I think I've been drawn to it because it feels the closest to playing in a way, because there's that lead up to it, then it's like, boom, it's showtime and you got to bring it and you have to be on your game, and the similarities to hockey it's parallel.
Yeah.
We had to be the same way. It was like you show up, you bring your A game, and you got to be on, because if you're not, someone else better will be. And I think that's kind of how I go into it, and I enjoy it. It's been fun. I mean, it's definitely it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I enjoy.
Can you list all of your jobs? This is a question from my husband, who was like, get him to say everything he's doing right now, because I don't even think he could, because there's so many things you do.
What are you doing?
What am I doing?
Podcast. Let's start there.
Yeah, I'm on a podcast with her husband, Scrum Culture, with Mike Hammer and
We
Brian
love
Talbot.
Hammer. Thanks for
Michael Larman, our producer, can't leave him out, Larms. And then I'm on another podcast called Energy Line with Nate and JSB. It's produced through the NHL and iHeartRadio, and have that as well. And then I do also I work for NHL Network, and so I'm there once a month usually. Go out there, do some shows.
In studio.
Cool.
Yeah.
In studio. And then I even I do some assistant coaching on the side too with the California Heat 16U AA team. So I help out with that as well. Kind of.
That's tea.
Yeah,
That's tea.
that's some tea.
That.
There's some tea.
There we
it's
go.
not a Junior Kings team, sorry, but it's a different team. But so I got my hand in a lot of things. And then on top of that, I have a 2-year-old daughter that I'm trying to father as well. So
Why?
So
Keeps you busy.
yeah, she keeps me busy enough. So yeah, there's a lot of things. And
should you add something else to your plate?
What's
Right.
that?
What else? Should you add something else? She said.
I don't know. I think my plate's full right now.
Yeah.
I'd say so.
And then you spotlight on our broadcasts sometimes.
Sometimes,
And
yeah. Last year I did, yeah.
You've done radio as well.
Done radio with the Kings. I actually covered, which was very cool. I covered the WHL finals this past May
So awesome.
on TSN, which was great. I was doing in-game. And then coming up here in the new year, I'll be covering the Canadians on the road in-game for TSN. So
my God.
doing a few games to start the new year as well. So yeah, like I said, I'm just trying to say yes and get better and try to get into this and see where it goes.
None of us would be here if we didn't say yes.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah.
That's like one of your biggest tips I feel like
Yes.
you give people is like say yes to every opportunity.
There's moments where I'm literally doing 5 different things and a little frazzled, but it gets you to places. So say yes.
Yeah.
Say yes to everything.
I think there's like you're always gonna have opportunities, but it's like seizing the opportunity when that moment comes and you're like,
Yeah.
I gotta take this opportunity right now.
And all the things that you say yes to, whenever that like big opportunity or
Yeah.
the next step in opportunities arrives, it's like you're ready because you're doing all the prep work and you're
Exactly.
kind of finding your flow and all that sort of thing. Is there anything that surprised you since retiring? Because you've got this new career. A lot of guys don't know what to do right after hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys take more time off, or they don't come back, or they find other avenues to approach. But like, you got back into it pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
What surprised you about life after hockey? Like, did you know how to write an email? Because I just picture there's so many things you have to catch up on. Did you pick up a guitar? Like what? What happened? Call of Duty, I know happened.
That stopped too. That was a
Does that ever
short
stop?
phase.
No.
That was a short phase during COVID.
Yeah, we were heavy in the
Call
war
of Duty
zone in
during
COVID.
COVID. And I'm usually not a video game guy.
Yeah.
I think I don't think you can, and every retired guy talks about it, and I'll get deep on this level. I think no matter how long your career was, if it was 2 years, if it was 20 years, it always is hard to retire because it's done.
Yeah.
Once you're closing that book, you're closing that chapter of your life, and for me, it's still, I think to this day, it's still difficult because I did it my whole adult life. Like I didn't know anything else. So when I retired at 38, it was, you feel a little bit lost at times. But like I said, I'm lucky in a way where I have the game. I have that I can grab onto. But for me, it's finding new hobbies. Obviously, being a dad, that helps. I really got into jiu-jitsu when I retired.
That's right.
Oh.
I started doing that literally like a month after I retired, and I'm so grateful that I got into that because it's like another passion for me, because I can't play hockey the way I used to play anymore. It's not going to happen. And it hurts.
Yeah.
So, I can't play like that anymore.
Yeah.
So jiu-jitsu has been great for me where I'm, you're learning something that you're not good at and you have to start from scratch. And it's almost been like learning another language, being a martial art. And, I've been really enjoying that. So I've been doing that. I've competed once doing that.
I was going to ask you, like, do other adults start also later in life?
Oh, yeah.
And you're finding yourselves like with like 40-something-year-olds that are like, hey,
Yeah, I mean, it's
just starting here, bro.
it
I still
really
want to
is-
take ice skating lessons.
You should.
I want to.
It's time, Kayla. It's time. It's time.
If you needed a sign, that was it.
I'd say this should be all a sign for you. It's time.
I mean, my Olympic dreams are dashed at this point, but still want to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never too late.
Never too
Never.
late. No, but there are some men or dads in classes that are
Yeah.
they're 41-year-old blue belts that started 2 years ago because they brought their kids and they're like, okay,
What's the ranking?
I got to do this too.
Yeah, I know nothing about this.
Where's blue? Is
So
that
it
the best
goes
in the world?
white belt.
Black's the best.
It
right?
goes white belt start, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt.
That's a lot of belts.
Yeah.
What
I'm
are you,
at blue.
black belt?
I'm at blue.
You're at blue?
I'm at blue.
Okay.
I'm
Which
about
one was that again?
I'm over 2 years in. So I got my blue belt after about a year. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that 2 or 3?
That's the second one.
Second. Okay.
Second.
And then you
one?
usually get for each belt you get like stripes. So you
Yeah.
get like 1 stripe, 2 stripe. Usually when you reach like 4 stripes, you like reach the pinnacle of like, okay, and then the next one is the next color
Who
belt.
judges this? Is somebody
These are
like,
all
I think you're ready?
they
Or do
call
you have
it
to pass a test?
well, like
I was-
coaches, but in jiu-jitsu they call them professors.
Okay.
So the fellow black belt professor, he's the one that promotes each
Huh.
person based on his view of,
Whoa.
and it might not be like, it could be some guy that's just going to classes and that's it, and he's just being consistent, and the coach is like, all right,
Can you jump?
So it's not based on skill?
no.
What?
Oh, so
No.
you could be black belt level, and they're like, "Dang, this
And
guy's
it's just
just
you go
throwing
to a lot
arm
of-
bars."
A lot of
You're
people
just
don't
going to a lot of
understand is like
classes.
when you get to purple belt and brown belt, the black belts want you to teach.
What?
They want you to teach the lower belts because that's part of leveling up and getting your higher belt is you have to be able to teach this too. So it's really like, in a way, like I talk about, like I'm literally learning another language. It's like going to school. So you learn it's not all about skill. It's not about who's the strongest. It's about who's engaged, who's learning, who's maybe being humble and getting tapped out a lot, but still coming back. You know, I mean, there's different ways to get leveled up.
That is so not how I thought
No.
jiu-jitsu worked.
No.
You could be a black belt and not be able to do anything.
Well, no, that's not true. I mean, obviously you got to be able to do stuff.
Oh my gosh.
You know, because you're going to, like anything, you're going to fail a bunch of times before you get it. And the black belts, the way they portray themselves, and it was kind of cool saying is like, we're just white belts and never quit.
That's really cool.
You know?
It's a great lesson.
Now, your podcast partner, Brian,
yes,
he's a black belt.
He is.
With some stripes on there, I think.
He's got black belt with some stripes on there.
Black belt with some stripes.
That level, it's like second degree, third degree black belt, which is like, it's badass.
He scares me. Yeah, badass.
How many years does it take to get there?
A black belt average, it takes about 10 years probably. Yeah.
And I feel like since I've known him, he's been a black belt, and I've known him for over a decade.
Yeah, like, he's been doing it his whole life. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's.
Now, does he give you your belt? Like, did you receive your belt from him, the blue belt?
I received it from a different guy, my old professor. He passed, but he passed. But
so you can talk about him.
Yeah.
His
name was Bomba. He gave me my blue belt. And yeah, so I mean, he was the one, and I'm going to another school now. I got a couple stripes from the other professor that actually he knew that was a connection. So that's how I ended up there. But yeah, I still like going down to the VG headquarters if I'm there with Brian or whatever. Now it's awesome because now we can talk jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, you can roll around
down
there. Yeah.
What's the coolest move you can do?
Oh, the coolest move I can do.
From a hockey podcast to a jiu-jitsu one. Here
podcast.
We go.
No, I mean, I've learned like, you know, all the things you see in the UFC with MMA, right? You see like the arm bar and the rear naked choke and Darce chokes and all that. Yeah, I know all those things.
Who's naming these? Who named the rear naked choke? Where did that come
from?
That's
a good question. I don't know.
I need to talk to them.
Yeah, all these different terms. Yeah. Who knew who picked these out?
It sounds so wild, and it's like, whoa, crazy use of terms there. But then it's also like the scariest sounding.
Yeah.
Like, I would be so vulnerable. Like
wild. God. Have you ever thought about going like the MMA route?
It's funny you bring that up. Someone in like it's like a former retired athlete fighting league or something like that. I think it's out of like Canada or Vancouver Island, somewhere over there. Someone contacted me about a year after I was retired from hockey and asked me if I wanted to fight. I was a former football player, like a boxing match.
Oh my God.
But he'd been boxing for like 2 or 3 years. And I would have had like 4 months to get ready. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That's not fair. Yeah, but I did say, this is crazy of me, but I did say, I was like, if he wants to do an MMA fight, I would do it.
Yeah. Because you'd been practicing that at that point.
Yeah, but he didn't. But so anyways, that's the extent of what's happened. But I don't think that's going to happen.
There's a business there.
Yeah.
Former athletes.
I think so.
There's definitely a business there, but I don't need to be doing that. No, I'm good.
But now you've got the skills.
Well, kind of. I'm still kind of new a little bit.
I don't know, dude. He's a blue belt.
He is scary.
I want to mess with you.
Yeah. We did have some fan questions because we all put up on Instagram that we were having you in studio. So exciting. Lots of people were excited. Old friend works here for the Kings, John Avery, wrote in. We love John Avery. He asked, what would your pregame fit be now that there's no dress code? Because you don't have to be a suit guy all the time now. If you were to walk in as a player to a game, what's your pregame fit
I
be?
think something like this would probably be, I would wear sometimes. I think I would mix it up because I think I would wear stuff like this where it's, you know, nice looking but casual. Yeah. But I think I would still wear a suit. Occasionally
we love
to hear
that.
We still love the suits.
No, I think I would still wear a suit because it's professional and like, you know, you got a nice suit, you got to wear it.
Yeah, where else are you going to wear it?
Exactly.
That's the thing.
We think so.
Yeah. And you said one time they spent so much money on it.
So much money.
It's like, why would you not wear your investments?
I agree.
Kayla, you want to take one of the next fan questions?
Would love to. Our girl Kiana asked, what current Kings player is on your the one to watch radar?
The one to watch radar, I think the way he's playing, he's been really good lately, is Alex Turcotte.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really like the way Turk has been playing lately. I thought even in the game they lost to Anaheim on the weekend, I think their line's been arguably best line the last few games. Pretty good.
I did a story on him recently about being scratched.
Yeah.
Coming back in, having a game. And I actually told that story before he had even scored in Anaheim. But Coach Jim Hiller was talking about how he came back after being scratched and had like the best practice.
Mm-hmm.
And that matters, it sounds like. Like, have you been scratched in a way where it kicked your own butt and you were like, I will make sure I play my way out of that and not let that happen again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some times, I think maybe there was a instance in Tampa, I can't remember, but where, yeah, if it was a healthy scratch, yeah, you're kind of like, okay, I got to watch this game, and sometimes it's healthy. It's healthy for you. Come back and you're better for it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Totally.
That would definitely light a fire. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be so scared. If they're
Yeah.
like, you got to sit out this broadcast, you stunk. I'd be like, what? Oh my God. Excuse me? What do we do? Oh my God. Except we don't have practices where I would be able to work on that. Caitlin Meary asks what you miss most about playing.
All of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
All of it.
The boys,
Yeah.
the bus, the food.
All of it. I'm going to get emotional. All of it. Yeah. All of it. Yeah. All of it.
Oh, well,
All
it's
of it.
your life for so long.
Yeah, it's
even
all you know.
even the grind of it.
Yeah.
Like, I miss that. I miss the, getting in at 2:00 a.m. and then having a game the next day. It's like those things at the time you're like, oh, this is hard. But you're like, now I'm like, I miss that.
You guys are on almost like an autopilot where your only job is
Yeah.
to focus on the game, your skills, your well-being. That I gotta imagine, like, having your life scheduled and regimented for so long and you just being
Yeah.
able to focus on that and be the best you can. I would miss that too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Kayla?
Jason says, not a question, but thank you for flipping my daughter a puck at a game. On a
love
lighter
that.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cute.
that's
Do you
that's
miss
very,
those moments
I
too?
do. What Jason it was?
Jason Aureliano.
Aureliano.
Jason, yeah, that was something that I started doing. I think even back to junior minor, playing in the minors. Every warm up, I would give 2 or 3 pucks to kids every game. That was something I did. It was just kind of one of those things. So it was part of my, not superstition, but routine. But I remembered like being a kid at that time. I remember going to my first NHL game and having that feeling of being just enamored with these players. So I remember doing that for every game.
There was another question. J-Ro asked the best way for fans to get pucks during warm-up.
Oh.
So that I know is something that you're probably choosing. You're seeing somebody, but
The best way?
How
Bring your
can-
kids down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Bring your kids and put them right on the glass.
Yes, because not that adults are less likely to receive a puck, but like you're saying,
But
like
they are.
you want to create the memories.
I'll be honest with you're not getting a puck. A kid's getting it over you. And if,
Yeah.
if a parent or someone tried to take it from a kid, I made sure that kid got the puck. So.
Do you bang on the glass?
Oh
You're
yeah.
like, no
let 'em
way.
know.
That's
Yeah,
for them.
Yeah.
Were they on to you? Like, would they know that this is your thing and would like
Yes.
look for you?
Certain teams, yeah, when I was there long enough, they knew that I was gonna be throwing pucks. So yeah, you'd see kids like over. They would be in like little crowds waiting.
Yeah.
Because they knew I was gonna be throwing pucks over there. Yeah.
Were you like at some point like little Johnny just got his 9th puck and you're like, bro, chuck it into the crowd?
Yeah,
Like,
there
no more.
was definitely for sure there was some times in places where I'm like that's a familiar face. I know that one. I know this one.
Now they're
I'm
traveling.
gonna go to that corner. Over
Yeah.
there now. Yeah.
They're in Boston. They're
Yeah.
yeah. They're on Long Island. Oh my gosh. And then we had a superstition one. Same person. J-Ro also
yes.
asked. Yeah. Do you want to say it?
Is it sock skate or wait, sock skate or sock skate Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
What
What's
is
your
it-
order?
What does that mean? Just how you put on?
Like he's
Whoa.
asking if you put like you got your shins are on already. You got to put your socks and your skates on. So are you going sock, skate, or are you going sock, skate, one leg's done, sock, skate, other leg's done?
Okay, I'll have to think about it. So I would go. I would tie my skates without my pants on.
You're a freak.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What are you doing?
So I would have my shin pads on, and then I would tie my skates while my shin pads are on, while they were loose, not taped yet. So I would be tying my skates.
Oh, you're a skate taper?
What's
or
that?
Or you're a sock taper?
Sock taper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we're taping skates now.
And then after I taped my socks and tied my skates, then I put my pants on.
Did you have slits that like you ripped?
I had zipper right here where I could open up. I get my skates through.
Yep.
But the reason why I did that is because it's easier to bend down when you like I thought of that like halfway through my career. I'm like, why am I tying my skates to my pants on? This is so hard to bend over. You can't move as much.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so much easier to just move around with no pants on, and then I put my pants on after.
Did anyone else do that?
A lot of guys.
Really?
A lot of guys.
I'm judging.
So many guys.
Oh my God.
That actually sounds smarter the way you did it.
It's a lot smarter.
Yeah.
And more efficient and more comfortable.
Do you think that's why they made the zipper in the pants? Because it didn't always have the zipper.
I think partly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys were just like ripping their pants
Yes.
at
Oh, there's
some
so
point.
many guys I know that have just ripped their pants doing that. Yeah. A lot of guys.
I also asked the guys on our current team how old their shins were.
Oh, yeah.
How old were yours that you had?
Years.
Yeah?
I had them from Providence till I retired.
How bad did they smell?
I still have them. I still wear them.
Stop.
Yeah. I mean, when I skate, but yeah. They're stitched. There's some cracks. They're just a vintage item that's been kept up over the years.
What is it about not getting
them.
rid of them?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I think guys literally become married to certain gear that they wear, and they just can't fathom trying to try something new.
That's
like,
crazy.
It just, you feel like it's like, oh my, this is it, like it shouldn't be on your body. It feels like foreign. You're like, I need that. And just trainer or equipment guy, can you fix it to make it work again?
We've had, I think Drew said his were like 20. I think Perry's were like 16 or 17, maybe 18.
Oh my God.
Kopi was like, I don't know, I've had them my whole career. I'm like, what?
I've seen some guys, I'm not going to name names. I've seen some guys have equipment guys or trainers re-sew like long johns or underwear they wear underneath their gear. They wanted to keep it
Sidney
so bad.
Crosby?
I'm not going to say names.
Oh!
I'm not going to say names. But I've seen that. I've seen that extreme where it's like, really just throw it away and get something new. Like, yeah, like I'm talking, it can go extreme.
That's so
crazy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's some guys who go through gloves every game, or like when you had theme nights, were you like, these are not my gloves, I'm not used to these gloves, because they would have to match colors, right?
I think the one thing I was high maintenance about would be my gloves.
Yeah.
I always switch my gloves in between periods because my hands were so wet.
Oh yeah.
So I would have 2 pairs of gloves for each period. So I would switch my gloves halfway through the period, so I'd have dry gloves throughout the whole period. So I went through a lot of gloves.
Wow.
But a lot of it was for me, it was because I wanted to keep my hands dry, face-offs. I never wanted to feel my hands were wet and slipping. So like I always had dry gloves. I was high maintenance about that.
That's the Nate Thompson advantage, the dry hands on
dry
the
hands.
face-off. There you go.
Dry
That's
hands.
why he always,
Dry
That's
hands.
why you were so good in the dot. Oh my gosh.
I accidentally walked by the glove heater at the last home game, and it like hits you in the face. That smell is just...
It's nice, isn't it?
the worst. I literally was like, I can't breathe.
And why is it the same everywhere you go? I feel like you could bring me into a room blindfolded and I'll be like, hockey locker room, like straight up. Like I will just know. Like
awful.
Literally, it's the
hot,
same
hot
scent.
BO. Yeah, I don't know.
Hot BO,
I don't know what it's called, but
in like a
it's bad.
fabric.
So bad.
It's bad.
Oh my gosh.
Another question.
Yeah, sure.
We had a listener submitted question from Anna.
Yeah, Anna,
Anna, friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
I have a feeling where this is going, maybe.
Oh
Here's a
no,
hunch.
this is where the real tea comes in.
And it just said, Kristen Cavallari.
Oh boy.
You came on a female-focused podcast, Nate. You had to know this was coming.
I know.
Yeah.
The floor is yours. You can share what you want and what you don't.
Why would someone message us that, Nate?
It was short-lived. We saw each other for a couple months.
And talked about stocks? Like,
does she like hockey?
She does. She does like hockey. She does. But we were like I said, just friends. Nothing. I mean, she's cool. Very cool. Great mom. Like hustles. I mean, she's obviously, we know her from Laguna Beach and all those things, right? But works extremely hard. Has her own podcast.
Yeah.
And crushes it. So like, a lot of respect to Kristen because she hustles and she works hard, and she's a genuine person too. Like what you see is usually what you're gonna get.
I believe
real
that.
She
life.
seems so authentic.
So authentic.
Yeah.
So authentic. So I respect her for that. Like she is who she is, and she doesn't apologize for it.
You got to know it's cool because in Canada, tabloids can feature hockey players, and it's kind of like what did Austin Matthews wear today? It's much more common up there, but down here, it's just so rare. So it's like when that pops up, and like our hockey universe is like, what? What do you mean? And like, I don't know. It's very like fun to see. You know,
I actually think one of the rings I'm wearing is Uncommon James.
Oh, it is it? Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was
right.
just
That's
a
her
happy
company.
accident.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet? Are we allowed to know that?
Just some mutual friends, I guess
Okay.
you could
Yeah.
say.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you. That
You're
was
welcome.
great.
You're welcome.
Anna will be very excited
You're
to hear
welcome,
that.
Kayla and Anna.
Yeah. It was Kayla all along.
Kayla's like,
Tell me about Kristen Cavallari. I love her.
Kayla's like,
Love K-Cav.
Anna, send in this question because I want to know.
I swear that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Ask Carrlyn.
I don't know. I think Nate's catching on to something
It's all
here.
good.
No,
It's all
no.
good. You're welcome, Anna.
No.
We're
Kayla.
delivering on the tea today, that's
Yes,
for sure.
we are.
Yes. Other tea, best chirp you've ever heard that maybe
Ooh.
you've given or you've heard been given.
Ooh, the best trip I ever heard, I think, I don't know why I remember this one, was when I was playing for the New York Islanders, Brendan Witt. I don't know if you remember that name, Brendan Witt. Old
Okay.
school, tough guy, defenseman. There was another guy on the team that was like looking at him or something, like it was off the face-off, and he just looked at him really quickly. He goes, "Is that your mean face?" And I almost started laughing before the face-off started. 'Cause I was like, "Wow!" And the kid didn't know what to say. He was and it was good.
Is it a veteran's job to kind of like mess with
There's
newer
some
players?
there's some guys that were veteran guys at the end. They're just quick
Yeah.
with it. They're just where guys are stumbling over their words on what to say back. Usually they don't say
Totally.
anything back.
I always think of our young ones like, are people giving Brant Clark the business more than usual because he's newer? But he also plays in a way that he's up in
He
people's
does.
faces.
He
Getting
does. He
chirpy.
likes to mix
Oh, yeah.
it up.
He's getting really chirpy.
I coach Clarky a little bit when I was
Yeah.
in Ontario, and
There's some spice in there.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
He did that then too.
He
yeah.
did.
Yeah, which I think sometimes makes him a better player. I mean, he gets fired up, and then his play does the talking after.
No, totally.
Yeah.
You do that and you're that talented. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, go ahead.
As long as you can back
Exactly.
it up, yeah.
Yeah, do whatever
Exactly.
you
By
want.
all means.
Nate, also before we wrap things up, we've talked about so much about your personal life, your hockey life. There's a portion of your life that I feel like a lot of people know about because you've been so open about your sobriety and about just your mental health and what you've been through, what you still go through. When you look at your career, I guess, what's maybe some of the biggest takeaways that you could offer to guys that are listening, or girls, but anybody that's like looking to approach their career, where they're at, and like maybe going through something? Because I know it took so long, and by the time you addressed all your things, like it was almost like, okay, I'm ready to like fight this beast. You know?
I think it sounds so simple, but it's asking for help, being honest.
Yeah.
Being able to be comfortable with having someone to talk about anything with. I look back at my career, it's like I lived like a few different lives because it was like a different person that evolved over the course of my career.
Yeah.
And I think it was a lot of different like turning points, but for me now it's like it's still an everyday thing, and I talk about jiu-jitsu and like that is part of my help for mental health every single day, right? Like those are things that I try to do to make me not go crazy.
Yeah.
And retiring and all those things, it takes a toll too. Like that's part of it as well. But I mean, I think being open about it, and the reason why I have been open about it is because hopefully I can help somebody. And I said before, like I say this all the time, if I can help one person by talking about it, then it's a win for me, because that person can relate. And I know for me, for a long time, it was a struggle to like want to be open about it.
Right.
But I realized like, I guess we have a platform, right? Hockey players or guys that are playing that are going through stuff, and you're seeing it now. It's a lot more prevalent and people are being open about it, where guys are taking some time away, whether it's you know, you see that in different teams, players are taking time away because they say they need some time for mental health. And I think that's huge. The fact that players are being open about it now and saying I need to take some time because of that, I think that in itself spreads the awareness where people are like, oh wow, like he's being honest about that. So I think, to answer your question, I think it's just, I know it's easier said than done, and I still struggle with it to this day, whether it's asking for help. That's a big thing, is asking for help and being able to just be vulnerable.
I think I breathe a sigh of relief whenever I see player assistance emails go out that say who's entered the player assistance program.
Oh, okay.
And they are public about it, and I don't know how the person feels that's maybe entering the program, or if that needs to always be something that's public, but like to see someone need the help and like be getting it, I don't know, it feels like a weight. Like, I mean, and I'm just a bystander, just watching, you know, everyone go through their lives. But like that, I feel like people don't maybe know that it also is a relief for other people to see somebody get better too, and to see
100%.
like, because people care about you and they love you, and it's like when you are like, okay, I'm ready. Like it's almost like for everyone else too.
People got to realize guys aren't robots.
Right. Yeah,
you know, guys are people too. They have the same problems as everybody else, same everyday things, whether it's stuff at home, family, you know, whatever it is. Like everyone's going through the same shit, and people, whether you're a professional athlete or not, you got to talk about it. Yeah. And it's going to affect you the same way. So when guys are open about it and talk about it, and like I said, spread awareness, and like I said, make people aware, I think that is a step in the right direction, because I think we're getting to a place in society where hopefully we can talk about it more, and specifically men, because men obviously are hold so much in all the time, where I think it's if we can start talking about things, and like I said, it's easier said than done, but getting vulnerable and being able to just say, like, you know, someone asks you, how you doing? You're like, just okay today. Yeah. You know, and just being like that. All right.
I think too, like the program, like if you were in Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Like I know you've been to meetings and you've been public about that and that sort of thing. Like, I think seeing other people want to help other people too. There's a whole network out there of people that can help no matter what you're battling. And maybe you go through that and you're like, okay, great. Maybe I don't need to stick with that, but I need to stick with this. There's like different avenues. But I think once you say you need help, the amount of people that flood in to deliver that help is like remarkable to see. I know you've seen firsthand just the network of people that you know that you could call at any time. Even if someone came to you for help, you've got 5 other guys you can get on the phone to continue that. Like, oh, you need the help, let's get it. We've got these people.
There's a sense of community. Yeah. You have a sense of community where it's like-minded people that are wanting to feel the same way, and you're going to help each other out doing that. Like I've gotten DMs from people randomly being like, you know, after I've talked about not drinking for as long as I have or whatever, and people like, I just got 90 days. You know, someone messaging me that, like that right there, I'm like, that's unbelievable. Yeah. Right? But that's the stuff, I guess. And it's like anything, right? If you're helping someone else out, it's inevitably helping you too. And that's the beauty of it.
There's definitely strength and power in numbers and vulnerability, like you said. Have you ever thought about starting something like some kind of
I've talked about it. I spoke at a Tampa event this last February, March, around there. I spoke at an event, about 250, 300 people I spoke at live, which was experience in itself, but it was great. I mean, it was profound. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. So we'll see where it goes. Like I said, I'm saying yes to everything, and like I said, we'll see where it ends up.
We will see.
Yeah. I love that. Well, Nate, thank you so much for coming on and chit-chatting about literally everything.
Yeah, we did.
Literally everything.
We covered
a
couple glasses of tea, I would say.
Yes.
A few teapots.
Absolutely. Yeah. We like to end our episodes on some positivity for the viewers. So just piggybacking off of what Nate was just saying about asking for help, I think no matter what you're going through, it might not even be battling with substances. It could be having a hard day at work or a fight with your family member, whatever it is. asking for help and being vocal about things and vulnerable, I think is so important. So I'm going to say to continue that and try to reach out.
And I'll try and use my own advice, which I struggle with sometimes. So yeah, I'll try to do that.
For sure. What's your positivity, Kayla?
What is my positivity? Just thank you for coming on and being so open. Of course. It was great having you. It's December. We're in the holiday month. It's my favorite. Birthday month, holiday month, all the things.
By the time this episode comes out, Kayla's birthday will have happened.
When's your birthday?
December 3rd.
All right, here we go.
21 again. Let's go. Oh, so amazing. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy
You're
birthday.
so welcome.
And yes, say yes. Say yes to everything.
Say yes to everything.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Teammates, we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.